Hi creatives, and welcome to this week's Agency Academy. My name is Jeremy and I'm one of the co-founders of Kayla. You haven't seen me here before, but I'll be also doing now some video content for this YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can make sure you understand and use all the client feedback that you get during meetings. I don't know about you, but when I was running my agency a few years ago, during meetings, we would come up with these amazing concepts and our clients would give us this feedback and we would understand it as that type of feedback. And later down the road in the projects, it would give us a lot of problems and confusion and we would have to sort of repeat a lot of steps all the time. So today I'll be talking about a few things that you can be doing so that your client can understand what you're talking about and that your client can give you the feedback that you need. So the first thing is to make sure to set expectations. And you can do this in a few ways. First, over email, send them emails of what exactly you want them to do before the meeting. One way to do this is to give them homework. Depending on the type of meeting you have, you could ask for a few different things. For discovery meetings, you could ask for inspiration or background on the company. For concept meetings, you could ask them to review the goals from previously or look at previous mood boards. For finalizing, you could see if they have any questions about the handoff. Make sure that everyone who can give feedback is in the meeting room. Too often it has happened to where important stakeholders aren't in the meeting rooms with us, and then things get lost in translations when people within the client's company try to explain concepts and mood boards to them later down the line, and things just get lost. During the presentation, right in the beginning, have a few slides ready so you can set the expectation of how you want them to give feedback. So for us during the concept pitches, we have a few slides in the beginning that talk about please don't use these types of words during presentations because X. So for example, we don't want our logos to communicate. We want them to identify you. They don't have inherent meaning and they shouldn't have. So we want to avoid language that describes logos like that, for example. So here's something you can do during the meeting that absolutely helps the client's understanding of your process. When talking, make sure you read the client. Oftentimes, when you're talking about something very technical, they will start getting a little more quiet and just sort of nod along. Make sure along the way you come up with some questions like, are you familiar with this term? Do you know exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about mood board? Oftentimes, that gives them an out because it shows them, oh, this is something very technical. I can speak up here saying I don't know this, and it becomes less intimidating and you give them the opportunity to understand better. This will also help later down the line because they will have an understanding of the technical terminology and can give that type of feedback to you. When they do give feedback, make sure always to repeat the feedback afterwards to them so that you understood the feedback correctly. I know it's often like a little weird, but make sure to just repeat it one more time once they're done speaking so that there's a clear one-to-one, and that often helps with you understanding and makes things so much smoother. So once you've understood it in your own words and repeated it back, you can ask those follow-up questions that will make the project that much better. And lastly, after the meeting, send them a short summary report of about 1 page where you talk about what you came up with during the concept meeting, what the feedback was, and what the decisions made were as we move on with the project. This has two benefits to it. One, you understand again further what the feedback was because you're putting it now down in your own words in writing. And secondly, you have something to call back on if anything changes throughout the project, because then you'll be saying, okay, but we came up with these decisions. How come we are changing now further down the line X? And usually that helps with communication as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful and you can get the most out of your next meeting. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell down there for any new updates when we post new videos. Good luck with your project and see you next time.